separate places so that we will explain whatever we see on the way. Okay? Good?
Most important, don't touch or pick anything up. Be careful. Yeah. Okay.
Is everybody participating in the quiz in this group?
No.
Yeah, because quiz will happen now. So if anybody is participating, you have to be here. Otherwise,
And just for your information, the people here who are conducting the walk, we are members of Bengaluru Butterfly Club. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, I think these two lines, please move forward.
Come.
keep observing what you're seeing on either side.
Okay, follow them. Just leave a little bit gap.
Yeah. Don't very go near them.
Okay,
I'll follow them.
Leave a small gap.
Two lines.
Okay, join. You want to leave 2 lines here. Okay, come fast. Okay.
जल्दी आओ विल गो
Side. You can come to this side, ma. Come here. Next school. Just come. One of you can sit over there. I'll say question 1. Answer is C. A, B, C, D is written. So if answer is C, the letter C, you circle it. Got it? Everybody got this instruction? So if first answer is C, then the letter C next to one you have A, B, C, D, no? So circle the C. Okay? Then it doesn't end here. So you have to mark you for that question. If you circle, like if you sit and circle more than one, then we will not be able to mark you for that question if it is there. Okay? So after this sheet, the question 17, there is another one at the back. Okay? So for the last question of question 18, this is a true or false set of questions. So you have the words true and false written here. Everybody can follow English. Anyone wants me to tell in Kannada? Yargadru Kannada helbeka? Fine? Okay, great. So true and false options are given. So here again, for that question, you circle the true or circle the false according to what you think the answer is. Got it? Clear? Everybody here? Got it? How many of you understood the instruction so far? Wants me to repeat it? Individual. Okay? So, are considered a little tougher compared to the rest. So, if in case there's any tie, we will look at that, who has answered those, and accordingly, we will look at what is to be, who will rank in the order. Okay? So, don't worry about, getting first or second or whatever like that, because everybody is going to be a winner. If you know the answers, then you will get a full correct answer paper. If you don't know the answers, you're still a winner, because you're going to go back. We are going to definitely tell you the answers afterwards. Okay? So you'll be going back with the knowledge of the answers. So that is also a prize, right? So don't worry about, being first or getting prize, not getting. Enjoy the quiz. Look at the visuals, enjoy the quiz, enjoy the questions and answer it. Got it? Yeah. Okay. We would request all the teachers and adults to please move away at the back. Thank you. No offense meant, just making it fair to everybody, that's all. We're just making it fair to everyone, so please don't, no offense meant. Do you have a pad at the back to keep your paper? Because it's just going to be, anybody needs something to keep at the back? One. Name, school and class. So the headings are given here on the top. Just accordingly write your 3 information about you. So if somebody doesn't have a pad, then we will give you something to hold. Please return it without fail after the quiz. Okay, along with your answer sheet, please return that. Yes. School to come. So in the meanwhile, you finish writing these details and keep it ready. If you have any doubts, you can ask. First, write your name. So as soon as one more school has to come, as soon as they come, to just it's not time that they give us the quiz. In that half an hour goes in waiting for the school to come. Every year, each and every year.
Yesterday writing when we have the talk or expert talk.
You can, you made the answer keys copies? Copies you have. Okay, great. Right? Yes, somebody with that, suppose you're marking D, it's easy to follow which is the line, that's all. Don't worry about the lines. Okay, don't worry about the lines. It's just to help you know to follow the lines. Let's go over to the quiz, and we have 2 wonderful girls here who have prepared the quiz for us, and I'll hand it over to them. Let them please introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi guys. My name is Apurva. I'm in engineering right now. And me and my sister Sharda, we've made the quiz questions for you today. Hope you all learn from it and enjoy the quiz. Okay. Can everyone see the screen? Time starts now. Okay, option A, only A and B. Option B, A, B and C. Option C is only A and C. Option D, B and D. Just circle the correct option on your answer sheet. Don't put a tick. Okay, time up. Let's go over to the next. Option A, Queen Alexandra's birdwing. Option B, Southern birdwing. Option C, Meganeura. Option D, Blue Morpho. Okay, time up. Hope you were able to get this one. Next question. Which of these is not a migratory butterfly? You have to tick the option which is not a migratory butterfly. Option A, dark blue tiger. Option B, monarch butterfly. Option C, painted lady. Option D, common four ring. Okay, time up. Breathe through. So there are 4 butterfly organs given here. You have to select which one they breathe through. Option A, palpi. Option B, spiracles. Option C, antennae. Option D, wings. Okay, time up. Both male and female. Option B, only male. Option C, only female. Option D, queen bees. State butterfly of Karnataka. So the pictures are also given. Option A, orange oak leaf. Option B, Indian Jezebel. Option C, Sahyadri birdwing. Option D, Malabar banded peacock. If you need me to repeat any option, you can raise your hand and ask. Question. I hope everyone is able to answer to at least some extent. Okay. Caterpillars of the Lycaenid family. So there are some caterpillars which have a symbiotic. Do you know what is the meaning of symbiotic relationship? Okay. Symbiosis is when two animals or two. So like that, caterpillars help some creature and that creature also helps the caterpillars back. So which of these creatures does a caterpillar have relationship with? Option A, ants. Option B, spiders. Option C, moth caterpillars. Option D, mealybugs. Time up. Question number 8. We often see butterflies drinking from moist soil. What is this action known as? So I don't know whether you've observed or not, but butterflies tend to have a habit of sitting on the soil and drinking from it. So what is this action known as? Metamorphosis. Option C, eclosion. Option D, mud puddling. A person who studies butterflies is called option A, lepidopterist. Option B, butterfly keeper. Option C, apiologist. Option D, myrmecologist. Your time is up. Moving on to honey. Option A, bees mix pollen and nectar to get honey. Option B, bees drink nectar, process it in the stomach and regurgitate it to get honey. Option C, bees make honey from wax. Option D, honey is secreted by bee larvae. Bee larvae as in the young ones of the bees. Okay, your time is up. I hope everyone's able to keep up. Question number 11. Why do butterflies have these tail-like extensions at the back of their wings? We have circled the tail-like extensions in that picture, you can see. So we are asking what they are used for. Option A, to attract mates. Option B, for camouflage among leaves and grasses. Option C, the tails look like antennae, so predators attack the fake head instead of the real one. Option D, they help maintain stability during flight. Okay, time up. Question number 12. Butterflies taste with their option A, proboscis. Option B, feet. Option C, palpi. Option D, antennae. We have given the 4 different parts in the picture for you. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 13. Lemon plant is the host plant of which of these butterflies? So host plant is basically which plant the caterpillar eats. So we're asking which of these butterfly caterpillars eat leaves of the lemon plant? Option A, blue tiger and striped tiger. Option B, lime swallowtail and blue tiger. Option C, common Mormon and blue tiger. Option D, common Mormon and lime swallowtail. Time up. Did you all hear the peacock? Okay, let's move on. What type of bee is this? So we've given the picture. We've also given the length of the bee there, 5 millimeters. Well, what type of bee is this? Yeah, this one. These three. What type of bee is this? Option A, stingless bee. Option B, carpenter bee. Option C, rock bee. Option D, blue banded bee. Time up. Question number 15. Which of these families of butterflies are usually crepuscular? Crepuscular meaning active around dawn and dusk. So they don't come out in the day very often, nor in the night. They come out usually during dawn and dusk. Option A, blues or Lycaenidae. Option B, swallowtails or Papilionidae. Option C, skippers or Hesperidae. Option D, brushfoots or Nymphalidae. So these all options are families of butterflies. These are the scientific name of the families. You don't have to worry about that. They're not different things. So you have to choose the family of butterflies which is usually active around dawn and dusk. Okay, your time is up. How do bees defend their hives from wasps? Option A, they sting the wasp. Option B, they envelop the wasp in honey to restrict its movement. Option C, they fly in a zigzag pattern to confuse the wasp. Option D, they vibrate their muscles to heat the air to fatal temperatures to kill the wasp. Some non-toxic butterflies, for example dun-eyed eggfly, have evolved to look like toxic butterfly species. What is this type of mimicry known as? So non-toxic butterflies in the sense, when birds or other predators eat them, toxic butterflies taste bad to the birds, or the birds will fall sick in the sense when they eat the toxic butterflies. So some butterflies which are not toxic, over the course of evolution, they have evolved to look like the toxic butterflies. So the birds will look at those butterflies and say, you look like you are a poisonous butterfly, so I will not eat you. Those are the mimics. So we are asking, what is this type of mimicry known as? Option A, Mullerian mimicry. Option B, camouflage. Option C, Batesian mimicry. Option D, Vavilovian mimicry. Okay, your time is up. Let's move on to the true and false questions. Please flip over your page. The answers are given at the back for you to circle. Okay. First true and false question. The butterfly chrysalis is made of silk. True or false? Your time is up. Next question. True or false? Butterflies have 2 compound eyes. Okay, next one. True or false? Butterflies undergo incomplete metamorphosis. All butterfly caterpillars are herbivorous. Okay, fifth one. True or false? Bees dance to communicate the locations of food sources to other bees. Right. And the last question. True or false? Queen bees feed on honey. After collecting all the answer sheets, we will be showing you the answers. I'm sure there were some things you guys all did not know and some things you did know. So hopefully you will go back having learned something today and also had fun. Okay, the first question was, which of these are butterflies? So we have given you 4 pictures and we asked you to choose the butterflies, differentiate from the moths. The answer for this is option C, only A and C. I'll tell you why. The main difference between a butterfly and a moth is its antennae. So for butterflies, most of the butterflies will be having antennae with clubs at the end of them. Those bulging parts of the end of the antennae. Those are all butterflies. In moths, you will see either straight antennae like this one, or they will look like feathers. The antennae will be feathered. So A is a butterfly because of its antennae. Moving on to B. B is a moth because usually moths keep their wings parallel to their body. So horizontally against the surface, they keep their wings. And moth bodies are usually thicker than butterfly bodies. So B is a moth. Coming to C. C is a type of butterfly called a skipper. So, these skippers also, if you see, their antennae will be clubbed at the end. Skippers, a lot of them hold their wings at a 3/4 angle. So you can see the wings are neither flat nor fully vertical like butterflies. So C is a skipper. Then coming to option D. D is again a moth because the wings are flat against the surface. One more difference is that a lot of moths are dully colored compared to butterflies. But you can't use this everywhere because there are many exceptions for this rule.
Hello, check.
And you can see, other than the body shape and all what she said, even in those two, which that is B and D, you can see the antenna doesn't have the clubs. Can you make out? So that's one of the fastest way to figure out whether it's a butterfly or a moth is look at the antenna first. So if it has that thicker end at the end, like the club end in the first picture, then it's a butterfly. If it doesn't have that and if it's got a thinner end, then it's a moth. Or if it has a feathery looking hairy antennae, it's a moth.
Okay, next question. Which is the largest butterfly in the world? Any answers? Correct. Option A, Queen Alexandra's birdwing is the largest butterfly. Its wingspan can reach up to 28 centimeters. That is, you can say almost the length of a long scale, the 30 centimeter scale. It's that big. Third one. Which of these is not a migratory butterfly? Do all of you know what is migration? Here we have 4 options. The answer is common 4-ring. So dark blue tigers are seen in India where they migrate during the monsoon from Western Ghats to Eastern Ghats. And after the monsoon, they come back from Eastern Ghats to Western Ghats. You may all know about this. It is the most famous migration in the world. Some people also say it's the longest migration. They migrate in millions from North America to Mexico. Then we have painted lady. Painted lady also is another butterfly with a very, very long migration. It's present. Then we have common 4-ring. I think when you've all been going for walks previous few days, you have seen this butterfly. So it's very small. It just flies around in one place. It doesn't migrate. So the answer is D. Fourth one. Butterflies breathe through. Anyone knows? Yes, the answer is spiracles. Spiracles are small holes on the side of the abdomen. So you can see here the black dots. Those are called spiracles. So through that the air enters into the insect's bodies. Most insects, not only butterflies, most insects breathe through spiracles. And palpi, I think many of you don't know what they are. So there are butterflies have a few organs in between their eyes. They stick out like this in front of their face. They are called palpi, and they are also used for sensory purposes only. Okay, worker bees are. The answer to this is, sir. Yes, all worker bees are female. So in a colony, there are worker bees, which are female. Then there are drone bees, which are male. And then there is only one queen bee per colony. So the workers do all the work like collecting pollen, making honey, keeping the hive clean, caring for the bee larvae, all that. The male bees are very lazy. They don't do anything. Their only job is, after they become adults, they have to go in search of queen bees to start a new colony. Sixth one, which is the state butterfly of Karnataka? Yes, the answer is Sahyadri birdwing. Very nicely with red and yellow colors of Karnataka flag, we have the Sahyadri birdwing as our state butterfly. Okay, we often see butterflies drinking from moist soil. What is this called as? This is called as mud puddling. So these butterflies, mainly male butterflies, drink nutrients from the soil. So there are many nutrients in moist soil. They imbibe those for further use. This is called mud puddling. Oh, also one more thing, if you see a large cluster of butterflies in one place just sitting on the ground and drinking from it, that is called mud puddling. Sometimes they do it in thousands of numbers together, and it's very nice to see. A person who studies butterflies is called. The answer is option A, a lepidopterist. So butterflies and moths together, the scientific order is called Lepidoptera. That's why we say that a person who studies butterflies is an lepidopterist. Next one. How do bees produce honey? This answer might be a very unexpected answer for many of you. What do you think it is?
How many of you say option A? How many say option B? Okay, how many say option C? Option D?
Okay, majority of you are correct. The answer is option B. So bees actually drink nectar and then they process it in their stomach. Then they regurgitate it. And then this process happens many times just to make a small amount of honey. So another bee consumes that same thing, whatever this bee has regurgitated, again repeats the process. So there is a lot of hard work that bees put into to make honey. It takes about 36 bees and 6 weeks to make just 15 ml of honey. Next one. Why do butterflies have these tail-like extensions at the back of their wings? So this is mostly seen in the blues family of butterflies. They're very small butterflies and they have extensions at the back of their wings like the one that is shown there. The reason for this is option C. The tails look like antennae. So you can also see there's a fake eye at the back for these butterflies. Even that is meant to confuse the predator, because if the head is attacked, the butterfly dies. But if the tail is attacked, some of its wings might get damaged, but it might still survive. That's why it tries to confuse the predators into thinking the back end is the head. Okay, butterflies taste with their... Yes, correct. Butterflies do taste with their feet. The antennae are for smelling and feeling. The palpi are also mostly smell related. The proboscis does not have any sensory organs. It is just for drinking. Proboscis is that tube that is coming from the head. It is the mouth part of the butterfly. Do you know that? The mouth part of the butterfly is a coiled tube in front of their head. When they want to drink, they extend it like a straw. It is exactly like a straw. So that's how they drink. And tasting, they do it with their feet. Okay. Lemon plant is the host plant of which of these butterflies? The answer to this is option D. Common mormon and lime swallowtail.
Have you ever seen a common mormon caterpillar? Anybody has seen this caterpillar? How many have seen this caterpillar? Okay. Would all of you like to see this? Okay, so a little later today, I will show you all these caterpillars. Will you be ready? Are you wanting to see them? How many wants to see it? Great. So luckily for you, we have those caterpillars here, so we will have a look at them also. Okay?
The common mormon caterpillars also eat curry leaves. So if any of you have curry leaf plants, these caterpillars might come. The butterfly might come and lay eggs there. Okay, what type of bee is this? This is called a stingless bee. So these bees are very small. They're smaller than the length of your nail, only 5 millimeters at most. And true to their name, they cannot sting. They, sometimes when you see in walls, there will be holes and these small bees will be coming out of them. Those are stingless bees and they cannot sting you. Maximum what they can do if they feel very threatened is that they can bite you. But they can't hurt you especially by stinging. Okay, which of these families of butterflies are usually crepuscular? That is active around dawn and dusk.
So dawn is your sunrise time when it's just changing light. Dusk is when the sun is setting. So sunrise, sunset time.
Yeah. So mostly butterflies are what we call as diurnal. That is, they will be active during the day. But only one family of butterflies is an exception. And it is active usually around dawn and dusk, sunrise and sunset times. So that is skippers, Hesperidae. We have put photos of all the families for you. The first one, this is a swallowtail butterfly. Swallowtails are Papilionidae. Swallowtail butterflies have these tails at the back with which you can distinguish. Can you all see the tails? Yes, so this is a swallowtail butterfly and they will be usually very big. These butterflies, they will be big. Then we have the skippers or the Hesperidae. Skippers, usually they come out during dawn and dusk and they have slightly thicker bodies than other butterflies and they fly very, very fast. That's why they're called skippers. Sometimes they fly so fast you can't even see what it is. Then we have blues. Blues are usually very small butterflies. They will be very smaller than half of your finger almost.
And some are so tiny that even my little finger nail, this entire nail, it's smaller than that.
Yeah, and then we have the brushfoots. So brushfoots is the largest family of butterflies. And they are called brushfoots because you all know that butterflies have 6 legs. All insects have 6 legs. Butterflies are also insects, they have 6 legs. But in the brushfoot butterflies, the front pair of legs is very short. It has been reduced to a pair of stubs. So it almost looks like they have only 4 legs. That's why they are called brushfoots. Okay, next question. How do bees defend their hives from wasps? This is another hard one, I think. The answer is last option, option D. They vibrate their muscles to heat the air to fatal temperatures to kill the wasp. So this is actually called a bee ball. So the bees swarm around the wasp and they start vibrating their muscles. The air gets so heated that it literally roasts the wasp. 17th question. Some non-toxic butterflies have evolved to look like toxic butterflies. What is this type of mimicry known as? The answer to this is option C, Batesian mimicry. So I'll explain again what mimicry is. So we have this butterfly, plain tiger, which is a model. This one is a toxic butterfly in the sense that birds, when it tastes bad to birds, and also it.
Can I say something? Yeah. So, like she said, it tastes bad to birds. Do you know why it tastes bad to birds? Anybody knows? So, why is it poisonous? Anybody knows? Okay. Yes.
Fluid-like structure with its wings emit like a fluid-like structure which makes it poisonous.
So one answer we got is that wings emit poisonous fluid.
They eat the poisonous leaves.
Yes, that's the right one. So the toxic butterflies, like here you have the plain tiger's picture there. So when the mother of the which is laying the egg will select a host plant which is actually having toxic in it. Like for the plain tiger, you might have seen this milkweed plants growing everywhere. Yakkad huwa antivala. For Ganesha Puja, we use the mala, the purple and pink white flowers. So that plant, milkweed, is the host plant for this butterfly called the plain tiger. Also for another one called the striped tiger, which has black, looks like this, but has black stripes also on it. Okay, so plain tiger and striped tiger both use this milkweed as their host plant. So the egg is laid on that. The caterpillar eats the leaves of this toxic plant. So the plant contains toxins in it. So and it gives out a white juice, so that which looks like milk. That's why it's called a milkweed. Okay, Calotropis gigantea is the scientific name of that. So when they eat this, the caterpillars ingest that toxin from the plant. They are not affected by it. They're capable of eating it. But when some other predator, like a bird, like she said, eats that caterpillar, then it feels sick and it even throws up sometimes the butterfly or the caterpillar, both. So even the butterfly will contain the toxin in it after it turns into a butterfly also. Okay, so these butterflies are toxic to their predators, and so they are not eaten by the predators. Please continue.
That the toxic butterflies mostly have bright colors like red, yellow, orange, and sometimes with black or white spots. So the birds know that if I'm looking at an orange or red, bright red butterfly, then it mostly will be poisonous. So the birds stay away from that. Now some of the non-toxic butterflies have taken advantage to it. For example, the dun-eyed eggfly female. It looks very much like the plain tiger, but it is perfectly edible to birds. If birds eat it, they don't feel sick. But because it looks like the plain tiger, which is the model, the birds steer clear from it. So that is how dun-eyed eggfly females protect from predation. So now coming to the different types of mimicry. We have Mullerian mimicry. In this type of mimicry, the mimic butterfly, it looks like the toxic butterflies, and it also has toxins within itself.
Like how I mentioned, the striped tiger and plain tiger look similar. Both are toxic butterflies, but because both look similar, you have bigger numbers of them that might be tasted once by the bird. So the chances of them getting protected is more, because one it tastes, it will not touch even the other one.
Camouflage, I think you all know. Camouflage is nothing related to mimicry. It is just the act of blending in with your surroundings. For example, there are many green insects which will stay among the green leaves. That is called camouflage. Batesian mimicry is when, like in this case, the mimic butterfly looks like a toxic butterfly, but it is not toxic. So the birds will look at it and it thinks that it is toxic and it will stay away. But in reality, it is not toxic.
So it escapes too.
Yes. And Vavilovian mimicry also is nothing to do with butterflies. It is a type of mimicry where weed plants mimic the crops. Okay, coming to true or false questions. Butterfly chrysalis is made of silk. What do you think? Yes, the answer is false. So usually moth cocoons, many of them will be made of silk. Butterfly pupae are usually made of a hard material called chitin. So when butterflies, they molt, right? So they shed their skin. So the last time they shed their skin hardens into this structure called a pupa. That is what the pupa is. Second one, true or false? Butterflies have 2 compound eyes. Yes, this is true. So a compound eye is made up of thousands of smaller simple eyes. So that eye, it is made up of many simple eyes, and each simple eye is called an ommatidium. So together with so many eyes, it is very easy for the butterfly to sense movement. So more than seeing clearly, butterflies can't. So just for your information, each of those simple eyes, each ommatidia has one eye lens. So that means that the butterfly has so many hundreds of eye lenses in its eye.
Any guess how many can be there in one eye? You know it has those 2 eyes, no? Any guess how many can be there approximately? Say it, shout it out. Okay, put your hand up and shout so I know who's telling.
Stand up and tell.
Just guess, it doesn't have to be right. Yes. 100. Any other guesses? 1000. Any other guesses? 50. Okay. 200. Any other guesses? Yes, at the back. 25.
30.
230. Okay. Any other? 450. Any other? 550. Okay, I heard one answer at the back, one more which I didn't call out. What was that? No, there was another person who said something with 6. 6,000. Yes, so there are about 6,000 in one eye. So both together, how many? 12,000 lenses of the thing. So we all have just one lens in each eye, right? So we have eyes which are called simple eyes. The compound eyes have multiple lenses, and you can see the bulging shape of the eye. So when the eye is like this, there is a lens which can see this way, one up, one down. This lens is seeing there, this lens is seeing there, which is why it's when you go very close to a butterfly, it immediately senses your movement and flies away. Right? Imagine seeing a man or woman walking up here with 12,000 eyes. You will run away, right? But the butterfly, because of its 12,000 lenses, when we come near, it flies away.
After 10, I spoke with madam.
Okay, true or false, butterflies undergo incomplete metamorphosis. So, incomplete metamorphosis is when there are only 3 stages: egg, nymph, and adult. So in incomplete metamorphosis, the larva or the young one looks a lot like the adult, but in the adult stage they might grow wings or some extra parts. But in complete metamorphosis, it has 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult, like butterflies. And the young one looks nothing like the adult, like the caterpillars don't look like butterflies at all. True or false, all butterfly caterpillars are herbivorous? Yes, this is false. So there are some butterfly caterpillars which are also carnivorous. This is an ape fly butterfly. Its caterpillars eat mealybugs. Mealybugs are those small white plant pests that you see on your plants. I think most of you might have seen them. So this butterfly caterpillar feeds on those. So it is carnivorous.
And it's very, the butterfly, you've heard of sheep, wolf in sheep's clothing, where a wolf will, if it's wearing a sheep's wool on it, it can mix with that. This is basically a typical example of wolf in sheep's clothing. So the caterpillars of the ape fly look very similar to the mealybugs, and it will cover itself in the excreta of the mealybugs, so the mealybugs don't sense that this is something different from us. And it will mix among them and keep eating them.
Okay, bees dance to communicate the locations of food sources to other bees. Yes, this is true. So,
No, sorry. Do you know what the one of the dances is called? Do you know? Waggle dance. So it shakes itself like that, and it shakes it in a particular angle to the sun and the entrance to the hive, which makes the other bees kind of look at it and know which direction and what distance also and which angle to the sun they have to fly to find the food source or the flower nectar source that is there. Amazing, isn't it? We need our GPS and our Google tracking maps and all, right? They don't need it. They have it inbuilt.
bees feed on honey. This is false. Queen bees don't feed on honey. Queen bees feed on a substance called royal jelly. So this is reserved exclusively for queen bees, and it's secreted by a gland on the bee's head. So the worker bees feed the queen bee with this royal jelly.
Really well in the quiz. I've learned so many answers today. Give yourself a bigger tap because you've learned something which you didn't know before, right? So great. So all of us are winners, going back with either being among the top list or knowing many things which we didn't know earlier, right? Do you agree with me? Who agrees? Great. So shall we find out also who got most of the answers? Before that, shall we give a great hand for the quiz master and the preparation who allowed us to learn so many things and enjoy it with her beautiful visuals that she's put together and all the questions that have been put into this. Okay. Yes? Did you all enjoy the quiz? No? Great. So let's move on. We have Mr. Nagra.
Please give her a big round of applause. Okay, on to the winners. Let's start with the third prize. The third prize goes to... Not third prize, third winner. The third winner is Syeda Hurmain from Narayana E Techno Olympiad School.
No, 1 and 2, 3.
12 and a half out of 20 is what the marks. Next we have Janavi M from Royal School. This is the second winner. Congratulations, 13 and a half out of 20. We have Mrudun N. Manjunath from Narayana E Techno Olympiad School. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mrudun. You have got 15 and a half on 20. And congratulations to everybody here for trying your best and learning new things today.
And I am very happy for this quiz competition. I congratulate all winners and all students, plus those who have conducted the quiz competition very well. Thank you for being patient and program.
And thanks to all the volunteers who have done your totaling so fast so that you could have the results right at the end of the quiz. Thank you all volunteers.
ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಲ್ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
These two you've got 2 marks. Half mark each. So this is 2. That is the stool here. Right? And
ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ EICP ವಿಭಾಗ M3. ಪ್ರಥಮವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಈ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಗಂಗೆ ಹರಿಯುತ್ತಿರಲಿ ಅಂತರಂಗದ ಕಣಿವೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಮೈತ್ರಿಯ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆಯ ಪರಿಮಳ ಬೀರಲಿ ಎದೆಯಾಳದ ಹೂದೋಟದಲ್ಲಿ, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಹುಳುಗಳು ದಾರಿಯ ತೋರಲಿ ಕಗ್ಗತ್ತಲ ಕಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಪಾರಿವಾಳಗಳು ಪುಳಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾರಲಿ ಭಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಬಾನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ನುವ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಿದ್ಧಲಿಂಗಯ್ಯನವರ ಈ ಕವಿತೆಯ ಸಾಲುಗಳ ಆಶಯದಂತೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ನಡುವಿನ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದ ಕೊಂಡಿಯಾಗಲೆಂದು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ 8ನೇ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಮತ್ತು ಜೇನುಹುಳುಗಳ ಹಬ್ಬ 2024-25ರ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಯವರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ BP ರವಿ, ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅರಣ್ಯ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿ EWRT and CC ಅರಣ್ಯ ಭವನ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು, ಇವರು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಶ್ರೀ AK ಸಿಂಗ್, ಹೆಚ್ಚುವರಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅರಣ್ಯ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬಳಕೆ ದೊರೆಸಾನಿಪಾಳ್ಯ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು, ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ NK, ಅರಣ್ಯ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು, ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸೀಮಾ H, ಸಹಾಯಕ ಅರಣ್ಯ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿ, ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕು. ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣಮೇಘ ಕುಂಟೆ NCBS, ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರೀ ನಾಗೇಶ್ ರಾಮಮೂರ್ತಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಕ್ಲಬ್, ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದೀಗ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ ಗೀತೆ. ಬೇಕಲ್ಲವೇ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಮುನ್ನುಡಿ, ಕಾಯುವ ದೈವದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮದೊಂದು ಬೇಡಿಕೆಯ ನುಡಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕಿಗದುವೇ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ತವತೆಯ ಕನ್ನಡಿ, ಬರೆದು ಬಿಡೋಣ ಶುಭಾರಂಭದ ಶುಭ ನುಡಿ. ಇದೀಗ ಕುಮಾರಿ ಧಾತ್ರಿ MS ಮತ್ತು ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯ, ರಾಯಲ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು, ಇವರನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಗೀತೆ ಹಾಡಲು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं श्री भजामि सततं सुरेश्वरं श्री गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं श्री भजामि सततं सुरेश्वरं श्री गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरम् अजेन्द्र पूजित विघ्नेश्वरं, अजेन्द्र पूजित विघ्नेश्वरं, गणादिवन्दित पद पद्मयुगं, कुञ्जर भञ्जन चतुरतरकरं, गुरुगुहादिनुत प्रणवाकारं, कुञ्जर भञ्जन चतुरतरकरं, गुरुगुहादिनुत प्रणवाकारं, गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं श्री भजामि सततं सुरेश्वरं श्री गजानन ಗಣೇಶ್ವರಂ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ ಗೀತೆ ಹಾಡಿದ ಕುಮಾರಿ ಧಾತ್ರಿ MS ಮತ್ತು ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯ ಇವರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಹಚ್ಚುತ್ತಲಿರುವ ಪ್ರತಿಭೆಯ ಹಣತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸುಗಳ ಅನನ್ಯತೆ, ಸತ್ಕಾರ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮವಂತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತದ ನುಡಿಗೀತೆ. ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನು ಹೃದಯ ತುಂಬಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಲು ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ NK, ಅರಣ್ಯ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಇವರನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
ಸ್ವಾಗತ, ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ 8ನೇ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಜೇನುಳ ಹಬ್ಬವನ್ನು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಡೇನ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ 7ನೇ ತಾರೀಕಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅರಣ್ಯ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀ BP ರವಿ ಸಾಹೇಬರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ APCCF ಅವರ ಆದಂತಹ AK ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸಾಹೇಬರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ BBC ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸು ಹಾಗೂ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ನಾಗೇಶ್ ರಾಮಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅವರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೂ NCBSನ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆದಂತಹ ಕೃಷ್ಣಮೇ ಕುಂಟೆ ಅವರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ವರ್ಗದವರು ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಕಚೇರಿ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ BBC ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಎಂಪ್ರಿ ಸ್ಟಾಫು ಮತ್ತು ಬನ್ನರ್ಘಟ್ಟ ಬಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಕಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆ ಸ್ಟಾಫು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಯರು ಹಾಗೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸು ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಮತ್ತು ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಹಾಯಕ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಇನಾಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ.
ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ NK ಇವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಕೋರುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದೀಗ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಎಂದರೆ ಧ್ಯಾನ. ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಅಂಧಕಾರದ ಕತ್ತಲೆಯನ್ನು ದೂರ ಮಾಡಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಗಲಿ ಎನ್ನುವ ಭಾವನೆಯಿಂದ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗಿಸೋಣ. ಇದೀಗ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿರಿಯ ಗಣ್ಯರು ಆಗಮಿಸಿ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾಲನೆ ನೀಡಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲ
ಈಗ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸಸಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೆಯುವ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹಿರಿಯ ಗಣ್ಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ನೆರವೇರಿಸಿಕೊಡಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ವಿವಿಧ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಜೇತರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಭುವನಶ್ರೀ ಕೆಜಿ ಮೆಮೋರಿಯಲ್ ಶಾಲೆ, ಆಕೃತಿ ವರ್ಮಾ ಮಾನಸ ವಿದ್ಯಾಕೇಂದ್ರ, ಮಾನ್ವಿ ಕೆಎಸ್, ಹಾಗೆ ಪೃಥ್ವಿ ಟಿಪಿಎಂ, ಮುರಳಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಎಂ.
ಯಾವ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಕುಗ್ಗಿಡೋದು ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಟ್ಟಾಗೋದು ನೀವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.
Students go that side. Still front, still further. Still further. Hurry. Take them further. Open space.
ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಕೊಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
No, let the other students stand outside. Otherwise, they will be crowded. They can release from the that. Village people can be inside. Okay, you go.
ವಾಟ್ರಿಂಗ್
Please go that side. Students, please. Students, please move further. Please move further. The old students stand in the back. Students, ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ
ವಾಟ್ರಿಂಗ್
ಸೊ ನಾವು ಬರೀ ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಫುಡ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫುಡ್ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಗಿಡ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವನ್ನ ಗಿಡ ನೆಡಿ ಇಡಬೇಕು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾರು ಜಾಹ್ನವಿ ಇದು ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಯಾವ್ದಂತ ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ
ರೈಟ್
ನಿಮಿಷ ಸರ್ ನಿನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡು.
ಹಾಂ ತೆಗಿ ನಿಧಾನ ತೆಗಿ. ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದ
ನೀರು ಹಾಕಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ
ಕರೆದಿದೆ.
ಹೌದು ಸರ್, ಬಡ್ಜೆಟ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ.
ಇಕಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಮಾನಿಟರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುವ.
ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಕರೀರಿ ಸರ್. ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್
ಬನ್ನಿ
ಆಯ್ತು. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮೀ, ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ನೋ ಸರ್. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ 1 ಮಿನಿಟ್.
ವಿನ್ನರ್ ಯಾರು? ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಯಾರು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಕ್ವಿಜ್ಜಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ವಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೀಗ. ಯಾರು
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀವಿಂದ ಉಳಿ ಸರ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಷ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಕಾಂಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೋಡಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್
ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ 3 ಇದೆ.
ಲೆಪಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಲೆಪಾರ್ಡ್ ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ? ಬಟ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಲೆಪಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ಕಾಮನ್ ಲೆಪಾರ್ಡ್. ಅದು ಯಾವ ಥರ ನೋಡಿ, ಚಿಟ್ಟೆನ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಮುಟ್ಬೇಡಿ ಸರ್. ಅದು ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ನೋಡಿ, ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ನೀವು ಮುಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣ ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಥರ ಸೊ ವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್
ಸರ್
ಅಂತ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ
ಸರ್ I have to be there.
Better be there. Go there. No, go from that side. No.
ನೀವು ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಇದು ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಅಂತ. ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಟ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಿಂಬೆ ಗಿಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಇದು? ನಿಂಬೆ ಗಿಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲಸ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನು ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಬನ್ನಿ ಸರ್.
ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನು ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿಬೇಡಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಪ್ಯಾನಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಬಟ್ಲೆ ವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಮುಟ್ಟೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆಗಲಿ ಇದು ಡಸ್ಟಿಂದ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಆಯ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ?
So if you handle them, you are bringing down their life. Don't touch them. Don't touch them.
ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ಯಾ?
Just keep it near that, it will climb slowly.
Put your friend. They will searching to fly. See?
You can see it's got little red on the other side.
ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆನ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಟ್ಬಾರ್ದು ನೀವು.
Don't press, just hold in front and climb up. Which butterfly is this? Blue. Okay, more.
Which is the host plant? Host plant?
So what do you think the host plant can be? The name of the butterfly is common castor. What is the host plant? Castor plant.
That's the name indicates the host plant. See?
It's like
Okay. Sir, ಇದು we are going to use. ಇದನ್ನೇ ತರಿಸ್ತೀರಾ?
Okay, students, please move back in a single line.
ಶಾಂತ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸೋಣ. ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವ ಮತ್ತು ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸಸಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೆಡುವ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾಲನೆ ನೀಡಿದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಶಾಲಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಚಿಟ್ಟೆಗಳು ಹಾರಾಡಿ ಹೂವಿಗೆ ಜೀವ ನೀಡುತ್ತವೆ. ಜೇನುಹುಳುಗಳು ಪರಾಗಸ್ಪರ್ಶ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೆಳೆಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸುತ್ತವೆ. ಇವುಗಳು ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿವೆ. ನಾವು ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡಿದರೆ ಪರಿಸರವು ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಂತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ ಎಂದು ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತಾ 8ನೇ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಮತ್ತು ಜೇನುಹುಳುಗಳ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕುರಿತು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡಲು ಶ್ರೀ ಎಕೆ ಸಿಂಗ್, ಹೆಚ್ಚುವರಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅರಣ್ಯ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬಳಕೆ, ದೊರೆಸಾನಿಪಾಳ್ಯ ಇವರನ್ನು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Respected Shri BP Ravi Sir, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, EWPRT, Bengaluru. ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರುವ ನಮ್ಮ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ ಅವರೇ, ಶ್ರೀ ಕುಂಟೆ ಅವರೇ, ಸೀಮಾ ಅವರೇ, ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಸಮಾಗಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ EMPRI ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳೇ, college principals, headmasters, teachers, and my dear children, and photographers and media persons. This is almost a decade when we started this Butterfly and Bee Festival from this campus. Karnataka Forest Department since almost 6 decades had been investigating, examining into this biodiversity of butterflies, bees, wild animals, and very attractive, important, these wild creatures. And we have documented these creatures, bees, butterflies, birds, other animals from different, in all our national park, tiger reserves, wildlife sanctuaries, conservation reserve. Over the last almost 1 decade, we have declared dozen conservation reserves, community reserves, wildlife sanctuaries. 2015-16, our Sanjay Mohansa was the additional principal chief conservator of forests. He was working here. Then Kuntes and his team actually was working around observing the butterflies. Bees and butterflies observe ಮಾಡ್ತಾ 1000 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ತಾವು ಯಾರಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಆವಾಗ ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು ಕುಂಟೆ ಅವರು. ಕುಂಟೆ and ನಿತಿನ್, Rohit, Kunte and Nitin, these 3 people with their own organization have identified, photographed, documented almost 167 kinds of butterflies are found in Bangalore. And in this campus, those very prominent, very much attractive 8 to 12 species are there, very much prominent, attractive, and 48 you have also documented from this campus only. The 62 acres of the campus.
Total more than 125.
More than 125 are there now. With this actually series of investigation, examination, and the photography, we have found 120 and odds in IISc campus, in University campus Bangalore, and Bannerghatta National Park, and Indian Institute of Science, and FRLHT, and GKVK. So this has almost generated kind of a movement. ಒಂದು ಜನಗಳ ಒಂದು ಜನಸಮೂಹ ನಮಗೆ ಸೇರಿ, those conservationists, environmentalists, butterflies and birds lovers, they came forward. ಸರ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡುವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ I joined last year 12th February. Then I thought to take this butterfly festival and these butterfly parks in other BBMP lakes also. I written a letter to BBMP and called one workshop illi. Preeti Gehlot she was the BBMP Commissioner of Forest Cell, Climate Change Ecology. She spent almost 2 hours here. BBMP officials also came and our officers. Then we launched this program by giving them the action plan. ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಯೋಜನೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು 1.5 ಲಕ್ಷ 2 ಲಕ್ಷ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ನಾವು 10 ಎಕರೆ 20 ಎಕರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮದು ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮದು ಮಡಿವಾಳ ಲೇಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದೇ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೂ 10, ಆಮೇಲೆ 20, 30 ಇದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ 120 ಲೇಕ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಪ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅನುಕೂಲವಾಗುವಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇದೆ. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಲೇಕೆಲ್ಲ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಪಾತ್ ಇದೆ, ಜನಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಬೀಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅರಿವು ಮೂಡಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಮಾಡುವ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಪತ್ರಾಚಾರ ಬರೆಸಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ತಾವು ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಬಹಳ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬನರ್ಘಟ್ಟ ಟೀಮ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬನರ್ಘಟ್ಟ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಅದನ್ನು 8x12 ಸೀಡ್ಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಾಹೇಬರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕುಂಟೆಯವರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಕೆಲವು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ತಮ್ಮದು ಏನು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಇದೆ ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮನ್ನು ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. Butterflies are very attractive creatures. Birds are also attractive. Moths are much more attractive and colorful than the butterflies. But moths are found in the evening in the darkness. That also we need to document. You have documented moths also. We have our own brochure and one book also. That brochure and book we are publishing, we have already distributed to the college universities, and as and when the fund we receive, sir, we will publish more and more books and give it to the college students, teachers, different universities, so that people can come forward, see how we can appreciate our nature. 120 ಲೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರೀ ಪಾರ್ಕು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ತಾವು ಪೋಷಕರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 64 ನಮ್ಮದು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಹಿಂಭಾಗ ಮುಂಭಾಗ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಯಾವ ಲೇಕು, ಪಾಂಡು, ಟ್ಯಾಂಕು, ಸ್ಕೂಲು, ಕಾಲೇಜು, ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಒಂದು ವಾರದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಬಹಳ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ನಡೆದಿದೆ. ಎಸ್ಸೆ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಕ್ವಿಜ್ ಕಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಕಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ತಾವು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು, ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು, ಪೋಷಕರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ಬಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಅರಿವನ್ನು ಮೂಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ಗೆ ದಯಮಾಡಿ ತಾವು ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಸಂಡೇಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾಯಿರಿ. ಒಂದು ಗುಂಪುಗಳಾಗಿ ಬಂದು ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಹ ಏನು ಟ್ರೀ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ನೋ 10 to 15 tree species, 10 to 15 shrubs and bushes, 10 to 15 birds and butterflies. ಆವಾಗ ನೇಚರ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿ, ಇದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇದೆ, ಈ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಮಾಡುವ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ, ಸಾಹೇಬರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ಇನ್ನೂ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಗೊಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಬಯಸ್ತಿರ್ತೇನೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಜೇನುಹುಳುಗಳ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕುರಿತು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀ ಎ.ಕೆ. ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇವರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಇದೀಗ ತಜ್ಞರಾದ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಪ್ರಿಯಾ ಪದಕಿ, ನೇಚರ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೇಟರ್, BBC ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಕ್ಲಬ್, ಇವರು ಚಿಟ್ಟೆಗಳ ಕುರಿತಾದ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕೆಂದು ಇವರನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್, ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿರುವ ಗಣ್ಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯವರು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
I'm sure many of you enjoyed the quiz in the morning, right? And we learned a lot of things there. So most of the things that you want to know about butterflies was covered in the quiz. So shall we learn some more things? Who wants to do that? Great. Can we have a voice with the hand? Who wants to learn more? Okay, great. So now I'm going to talk a few things about butterflies and we can learn some more things. But you know, how much ever I tell you today, it's not like we are going to be able to know each and everything about butterflies in one day, right? Because there's so much to learn about them. And I'm still learning. In spite of years of learning of butterflies, I'm still learning. Every day I find something new about them. So there's always a lot more to learn. So I can give you a little in this time frame that I'm on the stage. We can learn a little more few things. But will you go back and find out lots more than what is done here? Can you do that? Who's going to do that? Great. So things which are not told here or you want to know more about, you can always go back and learn, right? So let's move on. Now we are going to talk about butterflies, but why are we all here talking about butterflies, releasing butterflies, celebrating it with this festival? Why are we doing this? Little louder. Okay, create awareness then. But why create awareness of butterflies? Why not something else? Why not one brand new car of mine? Yes. Little louder, louder. Can we have a running mic with the volunteer? They're going extinct. Okay, maybe not depending on the species, but yes, they are playing important role in our environment. Whether it is a small butterfly, a big butterfly, or any insect, any animal. Actually, each and every creature needs to be celebrated, not just butterflies. But we are definitely celebrating butterflies because there are so many other things that are like valuable about butterflies which we are doing today. We can't do all of them in one go, so let's start with butterflies, right? So, yes. So you already know parts of the butterfly. We did that in the quiz, right? So can you tell me what are the parts you know about? Just shout it out. Okay, what are those things on the sides? Wings. How many wings? 2 wings? 4? It's okay. How many say 4? Okay, so all of you are correct. Yes, it looks like it has 2 wings, but actually there are 4. 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here. Because they're close together, they look like 2 wings. But there are actually 2 on this side because they overlap, but they look like 1 wing. But the butterfly has how many? Great. How many legs do you have? Sure? Okay, so how many legs does a butterfly have? 6? Yes, so like all insects, it has 6 wings. And, 6 legs. I'm changing the number of wings. So 6 legs, what else? Something else, yes, we learnt about the proboscis, right? So it has a mouth part which is like a straw. It doesn't have a mouth like us. It doesn't have an open mouth with teeth and tongue and like us, right? It just has this straw-like projection, a structure which comes out, and it has a hollow in between. It's made up of 2 parts which has a hollow like a straw, which it puts into the flower and drinks up the nectar or other things that it drinks, right? Yes. Okay, what else? Quickly. We learned something about this. Compound eyes, yes. And we learned it up to how many lenses can be in an eye? Yes, so we learned that also in the quiz. 6,000, about 12,000 lenses. So it's like having 12,000 eyes, right? Yes. Okay, what else do we know about the butterfly? Quickly. Okay, it has antenna, and she told you what it uses the antenna for. What does it use it for? Yes, it can also use it for sensing, and it can sense the smells with it. Okay, what else did we learn? Somebody said something? I need you to be louder.
Palpi.
Palpi also, yes, that also is used for sensing. What else? Anything else we learned? Bees, okay, about butterflies. I'm asking you about butterflies. What else did you know? Feet, yes. So what do the feet do? Yes, it can use it uses its feet for many things, but one of the things it does do is taste. It also uses the feet to land and stand and do all those things, right? But one of the things it does do with the feet is taste. So they don't taste with their mouth parts, but they taste. Imagine you taking your favorite food. Can you call out 2 favorite fruits quickly? Food. Masala dosa. One more. One at a time, loudly. I can't hear you. Palav. Okay. Imagine I see tasty idli and tasty palav. I mean, nice smelling palav. I want to taste it. I go put my foot in it and say, yummy. Would we do that? No. So we have to put it into our mouth and do, right? But a butterfly has to do that. It has to put its foot onto something, and what it tastes, that also we will see shortly. Okay? So shall we go on to the talk? So you've told me what all you already learned in the morning, right? So shall we go on to the rest of it? Yes. So I have a series of slides and pictures here which were so nicely given to me by Dr. Mr. Ashok Sen Gupta, who has shared these with me, so I can use them with you also. So he's not here today, but thanks to him. Let's go on. Now you can see there's so many types of insects given here. So you remember the quiz things. What do you think they are? Moth? All are moths? Look. Remember the tip in the morning. How do you find out? Yes, so some are butterflies and some are moths. So you can see they have a varied range of colors. So like we said, it's not necessary that only the dull ones are moths. You can see one right at the bottom there. The bluish one, is that a butterfly or a moth? Yes, so that's not a butterfly, that's a moth, though it's brightly colored, so it doesn't mean it has to be dull. And at the same time, you can see a butterfly right on top, which is what color? Is it bright colors? No, so it can be both ways, right? So, but generally, many of the moths are brown or black or the darker or lighter, duller colors, right? Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so the butterflies are like your jewels in nature, right? Because your jewelry makes it shine and make you look beautiful. So like that, like we have all the butterflies which are flying around and making the environment look so good and making us also feel good looking at them, right? So now, why do we need to celebrate these butterflies? I asked you this question because they have very important role to play in the environment and also for human beings. But it's not only because it's important to human beings, they're very important to maintaining the way nature has made the environment, right? So without them, that will not happen. So they have a lot of role in doing all these things, okay? So let's start looking at these roles. So one of the roles we talked during some of your walks in the past week, what was that we talked about? What were all those drawing pictures made about? Pollination, yes. So we talked about pollination, how these butterflies transfer the pollen from one flower to another, and without that, the flower cannot become a fruit, right? So we will not have fruits to eat. We will not have the vegetables that we call fruits, like your tomato, your lady's finger, all grow from flowers, right? So technically speaking, they are fruits, but because we use them to cook, we call them vegetables. But these cannot grow unless you have a pollinator pollinating the flower to become a fruit. Unless that pollen gets transferred to the ovary, you will not get the fruit, right? So they're very important to us. If suppose, let's say we remove all the butterflies from the world and all the bees from the world, so many of the things you eat today, you will not be able to get them. So today when you eat your food, every piece that you eat, every vegetable or fruit or whatever you eat today, shall we be thankful to these great pollinators who are allowing us to have these? Yes? And because people think, okay, there's a beehive here, let me remove it. Oh, butterflies come into my house. And I've seen sometimes, it's very sad, people even go and catch butterflies because they think, it's very beautiful, I'll put it in one box and keep it me just for show. Say, would you like it if I caught you and put you, I say, what a pretty girl, let me take her home and I put you in a box and keep with me. Would it be nice? She has the freedom to move. She needs to have the freedom to move around her family, be with where she wants, right? I can't keep her just because I like her. So it's same principle. Just because I like a butterfly and the way it looks, I can't keep it with me like that, right? So unless I'm doing some study on it, like our Krishna Meksa, who's a scientist who was introduced here. So when you're studying it, you might need to capture it, to study it, look at it, so that you can learn about it and help many more butterflies in the place of the one that was caught, right? So unless we are doing something like that, it is not right for us to catch any of these, right? And they are very delicate creatures. We need to handle them very nicely and see that we, first of all, don't handle them. So let's enjoy their beauty. Yes? Okay. So why are they valuable to us? We know. And why they're valuable to us, not only to us, not because they help humans get food, but by themselves, they have their own right to live. Like each of us, like we said, I can't keep her, right? She has her own right to live the way she needs to. So same way, each creature, not only butterflies, but definitely butterflies, have a right to live the way the nature has designed them. So they are important, definitely. And they also have aesthetic value. They look so beautiful, right? Many of them are so colorful and they add joy to us. Didn't you all go, when you saw the butterfly release? Yes? If not, at least ooh, right? Okay. What did you do? What is the sound you made? Ooh, okay, great. Okay, next we also have the educational value. I'm sure most of you have a textbook with the life cycle of the butterfly, right? What are the ones? What is the first part? Egg. Next. Larva or caterpillar. Then next one, pupa or the chrysalis stage. Next one, adult, which is the butterflies we saw flying right now, right? Okay. Then, so you can learn about that. So it is also educational. We get to learn so many things, including what we are going to do now. And also, yes, that's a scientific value. It's a model organism for research. It has so many things that it does, because of which by studying it, we'll know so many things. Like they're very sensitive creatures, so we can even study climate changes because they are very sensitive to the changes in the environment. And you'll also see butterflies that migrate. They can sense the rains coming and they migrate just before the rains to escape from that. So after that, you'll find when you watch this migration, you'll find the rains come definitely shortly after that. What a beautiful indication. We don't need the maps and the satellites. Watching the butterflies also lets us know that, right? They're so sensitive. So they are great organisms for research. And of course, you have the ecosystem value. That is the indicators of healthy ecosystem. And also a very good indicator of the biodiversity. What do you think biodiversity means? Anybody? No guesses, shall I tell you? Huh. Yes, so we have an answer here. Can you put your hand up? So if he's, yes. So there is one answer here who says diversity of species. So what are species? Now you have different creatures, animals living all around us, right? So you have birds, you have and in that different types of birds. We have butterflies also flying in here now to listen to other talk. Okay, so we have spiders, reptiles, different types of mammals, your elephants, tigers, you know the rest, right? So I'm not going to list all of them. So you have so many of them. And in a particular area, let's say take this area itself. So in this area, you can see there are butterflies, you might see birds. If you go closer, you might find even a lizard running around, or a spider there, or some other insects there, right? So the biodiversity is the diversity or the varied number of creatures you will find in one place of that place. So the biodiversity of this place will have the list of all the things that are found here. So the scientists study the butterflies to know the health of a place or the biodiversity of a place too. Because if they find butterflies there, that means it indicates there is a definite possibility that there are many more species there. Why? We will find out as we go in this talk. Okay, will you remember this point? That if there's a butterfly there, you will find many other species there. Are they coming to make friends with them? Ah, butterflies, oh, you'll see your friend, no? Ah, Ramesh is there, let me also go near him, right? So is that because of that or something else? We'll find out, okay? So but remember this, if you find butterflies there, that is indicative of that there are other species. And if there are lesser butterflies, then the possibility is there that the other species are also more or less? Less, yes, great. So healthy ecosystem also. And watching butterflies, of course, brings happiness to us, doesn't it? You all told me your sounds, no? What were the sound? Can you tell me once more? Ooh or ah? Ah, okay, great. Okay. Then it also has economic value. So like now, we have the Bannerghatta Butterfly Park. So many people, Nathya, can you just show us a hands up, sir, so we know who you are? Yes, so Mr. Loknath has come there along with a few of his colleagues from the Bannerghatta Butterfly Park, where they bred all these butterflies, which you saw now released. Yes, so can we give a hands up for all the team for bringing those butterflies here? So now these butterflies can go into the reserve forest here and reproduce and become more in number, adding to all the health of the ecosystem here. Yes. So we can also go to these parks and they bring in a lot of people, they bring in income, which can again be put into good work for protecting the environment. Okay, how are they different from moths? We already did this, right? So I'm going to go quickly through this because we already did this in the quiz time. So they are closely related, and like she told you in the quiz time, they belong to the order of, can you tell me, can you read out if you don't know? Lepidoptera, right? So they also have clubbed antennae, and moths have got straight or feathery. 50, thank you, sir. Okay, and then we also said most of them are active in the daytime, the butterflies, and many moths are active in the nighttime, but definitely there are exceptions also. And they also have thinner bodies. We did that in the slides and the answers. And they also tend to, okay, here, now there's another one. Okay, we'll come to that. So the butterflies, many of the people, when I ask them what is the butterfly life cycle, the third part, after caterpillar, what comes? What is after caterpillar or larva? Pupa, right? So the chrysalis stage is also, the butterflies form a pupa. We will see what that is also a little later. But that also means that they are just going to form something called a pupa. They do not form cocoons, okay? So many books also show it as a cocoon, which is not the right thing. Cocoon is basically the larva or the caterpillar forming a silk, producing silk to cover itself before it forms a pupa inside it, okay? Which some of the moths do. Do you know a name of a moth which does that? I'm sure you know. Silkworm, yes. So the silkworm moth also does that. It forms that silk around it, and then inside it, it pupates. What exactly happens in pupation we'll see shortly. Okay. And they tend to rest with their wings closed, whereas moths rest, which is again has exceptions. You can see the feathery antenna she talked about in the morning. You remember? Yes. So you can see a sample of the. Are you able to see it? At the bottom, yes. So you have the clubbed antenna, and you can stand up for a second, see, and sit down. Okay. So you have the feathery antenna of the moth, and or the, what is the one we saw? The thin antennas of the moth, right? Which don't end in the club ending. Next, sir. Yes. And we also talked about the classification of butterflies. So let's go through this fast. So you know the different names and also what they are called. Like we said, the swallowtail, yellow-white, brush-footed, blue scopper, hair streak, metal marks, and we didn't do metal marks in the quiz, right? So you have another family called the Rhyodinidae, which are also known as the metal marks butterflies. So you have a whole range of sizes, colors, shapes of the butterflies like we talked about in the quiz, ranging from a small, tiny one to huge ones, like the Alexandra birdwing that we talked about. Yes, next please. Okay, so how many butterflies are there around the world? Earth has approximately or more than 25,000 species of butterflies. And, excuse me just a second. Yeah, and, okay, so the number of butterflies is 19 to 20,000. Yeah, so the number of butterflies, when I say number, each of the butterflies, when you count 1, 2, 3, 4. But the number of species ranges from about 19 to 20,000 species. Means each type of butterfly ranges from about 19 to 20,000 species. And the number that if we actually count all the butterflies in the world, they're over 25,000. And before our partition, we had, when the earlier British times, when they used to take butterfly counts, they had got more than 1,501 species of butterflies. Currently, we have more than 1,200 butterflies, and every other month, we are finding people discovering new species also. Okay, and the Western Ghats. You know what how many of you know Western Ghats? Okay, so you know the lower portion of India. I'm going to draw a rough imaginary map of India. Ready? So you have the lower portion of India going like that, right? Where's Karnataka? Here, here, here. Tell me to stop when I come to Karnataka. Stop. Okay, so this is great. You can imagine the map. Fantastic job. So the Western Ghat area, this side, or the western along the Western coast, you have what are called the Western Ghats. And similarly, on the other side, you have the Eastern Ghats, right? So the Western Ghats that are closer to our Karnataka area hosts currently around 342 species of butterflies. Great. And just sorry, 1 second. Yeah. And yes, but also in Bangalore, now coming into Karnataka, in Bangalore, we have more than 166 species of butterflies found all around Bangalore. So start looking. Today you've already seen 3 of them released. What are the 3 we saw? Who remembers the names I told? Common Mormon? Just change common and put blue, quickly. Blue Mormon, great. And the one with the spots? Common leopard. Okay, we saw those 3 already, right? So like that, each of them now start looking and seeing how many more you can see, and see if you can reach that 166 over the period of many days or months or years, right? So let's try to find all of them. 166 species as per the old study. And but yes, in spite of having recorded these, many of these are not seen today. So the number of species and butterflies are going down. So it's very important. Why do you think they're going down? Somebody? Poaching. Okay, some people are catching the butterflies illegally. Yes, what else? Anything else? What else can make it go down? Think quickly. What? Predators, okay, but predators are part of the natural cycle. Nature has designed predators to be there. What else? Pollution, okay, so why does pollution reduce butterflies? It's not a wrong answer, I'm asking why. Just think, anybody else can answer also. Why is pollution reducing? Why did you use pollution? Why did you choose pollution to answer? There must be a reason, right? Okay, 1 minute. We'll come to deforestation. We just finished with this pollution. Why do you think pollution is affecting butterflies? So like you remember in the beginning we said they're very sensitive creatures. So changes in the environment can affect them and the way they live and the way, so they might even move away from those areas, or they might get affected if you have chemical sprays being used, pesticides being used on your plants. They may not even be able to feed on those plants, or they may even feed and get affected by those, right? So that also can happen. What else? Somebody said something over there? Deforestation. So yes, if you're removing their habitat, we start clearing out all the wild plants in our garden, saying, hey, these are all weeds, let me remove them. But you know, most of the things that we call weeds are the larval host plants of the many of the butterflies. Okay, including the small plants that are growing, many of them are the host plants of the butterfly. So when we remove all that, they don't have their host plants to lay eggs, so the next generation doesn't happen, right? So the numbers are going down. So what is the responsibility of us as human beings to take care of this and stop this? Quickly. What should we do? What do you think we can do? We said what all, some of the factors. So what do you think we can do? So you said deforestation. So what can we do? Afforestation, or start putting, you don't have to wait for the forest department to make forests, right? You can start with your own background. Like I stay in an apartment on the 3rd floor, but I have plants in my garden. Right now I have 3 caterpillars of red Pierrot growing in my small pot with a small bryophyllum plant. So you can put plants there which allow them to come in and lay their eggs and reproduce there also. So you can, and you also get to watch the whole cycle, right? You can do it in your schools. Teachers, you can make a note that you can maybe even go back and plant one small area with host plants and let all the children watch the life cycles. Will you go back and tell your teachers and principal to do that in your school? Yes? Great. So you can watch that. So you can do that. You can expand the thing. You can keep the area clean and see that their environment is not affected. Yes, next. Okay, so we have a whole, where we talked in even the quiz time, right? We have many families and we have a range of sizes from a very big butterfly, like what was the biggest butterfly we said? Yes, the Alexandria birdwing, right? So in India, we have a big butterfly called the southern birdwing, which is also the, not national, what is it? State bird of Karnataka. Okay, you got the Karnataka right. I know, just a slip of the tongue. So the state bird of Karnataka, and you have the oriental, and the birdwing is about this big. Okay, whereas the grass jewel is the size of my tiny finger, small nail, this nail area. You can't even see it from there, no, it's so small. So the grass jewel is about that size. So it varies from this size to a really huge one, which is a beautiful sight. You saw the blue ones? The Sayadri birdwing is even bigger than that. Okay? Yes, next slide, please. Okay, this we already gone through. Shall we skip this? You already know this, right? So you have 4 wings, you have 6 legs, you have, okay, this main body part of the butterfly has 3 parts, which are the, like all insects, head, then, call it out loudly together, head, then, thorax, and abdomen. Yes, so you have the 3 parts. And we also talked about the compound eyes and antenna already. And we also talked about the proboscis. Next slide, please. Yes, so now coming to the life cycle of a butterfly. Okay, just 1 second. Then, larva or caterpillar, or then, so not cocoon. Will you tell others who are saying cocoon and tell them why it's not cocoon henceforth? Yes, so pupa or the chrysalis, then adult. Okay, so we know this egg, pupa, larva, chrysalis, and adult. But you know, actually, while it's going through this cycle, there are so many other things which you don't see in that diagram, which happens in that diagram. So shall we learn all that? Ready?
Yes, just a minute.